Hi Talk family, and welcome back to another episode of Talk the Talk. I'm your host. My name is Desh, Pillay, Bechan, and today I'm joined by Eileen Gengan, and she's the PR and events manager at Suzuki Auto South Africa. So Eileen is an absolutely visionary leader. She's disciplined, intelligent, and decisive. She has an absolute remarkable ability to influence and motivate those around her, bringing people together to work towards a common goal, even in the face of differing opinions. So what truly sets her apart is her sense or keen sense of communication. She not only speaks with clarity, but also listens with intent, because as they say, where there is communication, trust and respect naturally follow. I don't want to just go to the introduction and say, let me without further delay introduce Eileen, because I just want to talk about my personal experience with Eileen. So when I do attend launches, I still have this fear, unfortunately, call it PTSD, post-traumatic disorder, stress disorder, and I have that when I'm traveling. Eileen personally takes care of me after hours, make sure that I'm in my room safely, and that's just make sure there's no bugs in my tent if they're taking me out to Botswana to do off-roading experiences with Germany, which was amazing, by the way.
Germany,
she just goes beyond the call of duty, and she was one of our winners last year for the Motoring Woman of the Year Awards, and this is why she actually moved to the finals, not because of a performance, which yes is very important. The KPIs are important from all the brands, but I make the final decision in terms of what this woman has done for others, in terms of empowering, uplifting and educating women in the motoring trade, and I have been one of the fortunate ones to be the recipient of that. So without further delay, please help me give a warm welcome to Eileen Gengan, and as always, this interview is proudly brought to you by Seriti Solutions, MFC and Nedbank. So, hello Eileen.
Hello.
It's so nice. We're gonna say hello Eileen, hello Desh, but we literally spoke for an hour now.
Oh, we did. That was a very, very warm and sweet welcome, so thank you. I think this was long overdue to see your setup and your amazing studios, so thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
You're welcome anytime, because as I said, Eileen, you have you're in a position of authority, and yet you never come across as a person that cannot be approached. You have such an approachable nature that when I'm on these launches, as I said, even if it's a bug that's bothering me, I'll come to you and I'll say to you, and I know everybody feels, all the journalists that I'm with or influencers that you work with would say the exact same about you.
That's lovely.
I know if they're watching this, I'm going to ask them to please share it, because you are such, and I mean, the motor trade was new to you, it was new waters you were navigating, and you've done so well. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. That means a lot. That means a lot. And you say I was new to the motor industry. Funny story, I actually started off with the Halfway Group many years ago.
Wow.
I think over 18 years ago. Now I'm giving away my age. But over 18 years ago, and I always think how different
you were 5 when you started in the motoring trade.
Yeah, so it was so it's just amazing how the automotive industry has changed, since 18 years ago, and what we are doing today. So I'm glad to be back in the automotive industry again.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a different landscape, and what we're doing here today is trying to further change the landscape 100%. And with this transformational journey that we're going through in terms of women in leadership roles, that's one thing that you're going to recognize that is very different from what it was.
100%.
So in terms of your job, what do you enjoy most?
So being the PR and events manager for Suzuki Auto South Africa, I think what I enjoy most is that I don't have one day that's the same. So I'm always doing different things. My roles and responsibilities are very different. One day I could be planning an amazing launch. Next day, crisis communication. I'm not going to say I love it, but it's different. But I think one of the things that stands out is when I attend, the industry events, for example, meeting these amazing women, but not just at these events, meeting my friends and colleagues at the office, having these pickpocket conversations, as you get up from your desk to make a coffee, and then you just interact with people at the office. And when you chat to all these women, everyone has the same purpose. It's the commonality for empowerment and breaking barriers, and we are all the same. We are basically fighting for the same purposes. And it's interesting to see that we're all fighting for this, but just in different ways, at the offices, at industry events. So I think that's the one thing that stands out for me is I love what I do, but the thing that stands out is those little conversations with my colleagues, and just fighting for the same thing.
Absolutely. I absolutely love the Germany, just by the way. So I have off-roaded with almost every off-roading vehicle in this country, and I'm not even going to lie, I normally do not make comments like this, but I felt that the Germany was my favorite.
Oh, lovely.
Reason being, we went on the riverbanks with
beautiful.
us in Botswana, and I'm not used to my wrists. I mean, I've been in 2 accidents, which was not my fault. People hit me from the back, so my hands was on the steering wheel. So I don't have strong wrists. But I felt like the Germany was so easy to handle, and with its short wheelbase, you literally will never go tumbling with that vehicle. So it made me feel safe. It made me feel that I can actually do off-roading by myself.
Oh, that's lovely.
And no other vehicle has done that for me. Not that there are not good vehicles out there. There's stunning vehicals, but I'm going to say this is my favorite off-roading vehicle.
Oh, yay.
So I'm sorry, like I said, the G-Wagon is amazing. I love you. I can't afford you. So Germany would be what I go. So thank you so much for that experience.
You are very welcome.
Because I just arrived from Vegas at the time, and then was still jet lagged, and I still managed to drive that Germany from the border to Polokwane to the hotel, to the airport. It was crazy, but the Germany is so comfy.
It is so comfy, and like we mentioned in the launch as well, it was best of both worlds. It was tar roads, it was your dusty, it was your dirt roads. The Germany could literally do anything. So.
And the aircon is so powerful, because I think maybe you took us there because you wanted Botswana is hot. Okay, so I mean, it literally, we tasted the Germany on every level, and it was stunning.
We love that. We love that people love to drive, not just our Germanys, but all the rest of the range of
the Swift
cars.
is doing well as well. What's your favorite? You can say it because it's your brand.
So I should not be biased because I am the PR and events manager, but I'm in love with our new Swift. I'm actually driving one at the moment.
I see that.
And it's such a comfortable, compact vehicle, and I think especially for us shorter women, you want to be confident when you drive, and my Swift makes me so confident. So it's a part of me, and it's such a beautiful drive. So I gotta be biased and say I love my Swift.
So I'm very excited to be driving. I drove the Swift. I've driven the Germany, and I've already done the France. So I'm very excited to be driving a people carrier,
the XL6.
And there's such a demand for those vehicles. And can you give us any information about that?
Yeah, sure. So like you say,
is it comfortable? So just like basic.
Yes, 100%.
Does it have its power steering? Does it have
100%, and we actually, when we launched the XL6, we saw those opinions. People did not expect the XL6 to perform the way it did. And we see the need for bigger families, and seats in the XL6, it's basically individual seats. So every member of family gets to sit individually. So how amazing is that? If you're going on a road trip, and I mean, this is so convenient to have Easter holidays around the corner. How comfortable will you be in an XL6?
Absolutely.
It is all stepped up and just going on a road trip. So,
and what's the fuel consumption like?
That I don't know about just yet, but I can get back to you on that.
I would love to find out what
100%. But I mean, I can confidently say, like with all our Suzukis, you are going to get an amazing fuel consumption.
Definitely. That is why I asked about it. So, okay. A little bit more about, obviously you talked about the brand, but what's the OEM like? What's the head office like working at Suzuki head office?
So
what's the culture? It's a Japanese culture.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I'm familiar with Toyota and their culture, but maybe there's a different culture.
100%.
Lots of respect, I know that.
100%. So even though we are very much a Japanese culture, we have an integration of a South African culture as well. So it's basically blending both cultures, which as you should, because we are a Japanese manufacturer, but we are also based in South Africa. So you got to blend them both and appreciate both. We create our own culture, we create our own vibes, and just make it
fun,
pleasure, and just have fun working there every day.
And
you got to create your own fun environments, So absolutely amazing.
Now I'm honestly speaking from experience. I go to 28 different brands launches, and I hang around with all of the brand, the management team or whatever from the OEMs, and I promise you guys are one of the most funnest, if there's a word, like funnest.
Well, we do say we turn everything into a fun adventure, so regardless of what it is, we are going to make it fun in any case.
Yeah, no, you guys are amazing. So, who's inspired you?
Well,
except for me. I'm just kidding.
So, without a doubt, being a brown woman, I have to say.
Are you brown?
Well, so undoubtedly, my mom. My mom is the strongest, selfless, kindest woman who's been through so many challenges and so remains so strong and so resilient. I am the second of 3 girls, and
middle child syndrome.
Middle child syndrome, it's a thing.
Me too. I'm middle child. I know what I'm
there we
talking
go.
about.
And many years ago, raising a household of 3 girls was very difficult. But my mom always instilled in us to say that, or rather showing us and teaching us, you don't have to be a celebrity to create a meaningful impact in this world. It's these little things that leave a lasting impression. The smile you share with somebody, the kindness of your words, or even that empathy you extend to somebody. It's these little things that leave a lasting impression and just empowers and uplifts. So you don't have to be this famous person. You can start off small. And I think that's the one thing that my sisters and I carry with us, not only in our personal lives but in our professional lives as well. It's these little things that actually goes along.
I absolutely love that close-knit relationship that you have with your family. It's that I know you often post them on Facebook.
100%. Family is important. And we are a very close-knit family. I always tell my sisters that. So my elder sister is married, and I say unfortunately my brother-in-law is married to the rest of the family as well, because we are a very involved family, but also we're a very caring family, and a very supportive family as well. And family is super important to me and very high up on my priority list.
And she travels a lot, so trust me that to get family time in Eileen. Eileen, you are all over the country, not just the country. I mean, there's one thing about Eileen, she loves travel.
I do love traveling.
Why? What's your passion? Because I mean, I travel a lot, but I can't get used to it. So
I think, especially my personal travels, I always say that your personal travels, you get an experience and a feeling like no other. What you would gain, even solo trips. Many years ago, I did a solo trip, just finding myself. I think every single person, male or female, you have to do that solo trip, because some people may not agree with it, but it's just, you just find yourself, and
No, I'm sorry about the reaction.
No,
it's
that's
that,
okay.
It's just that I'm solo all the time.
Yes.
So
but also some people are not comfortable doing that, and that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
But when you travel by yourself, it's a different type of upliftment that you will never experience again. Just experiencing different cultures, different
at your own
different
pace.
ways, at your own pace.
Yes.
So I just love doing that and meeting different people. So that's the most amazing thing.
Yeah. Now, like I said, I do about 40 flights a year.
Yes.
And 90% of them are solo.
Yeah.
So this year I'm dragging my husband along.
You should.
With me,
Family is important, and especially with the amount of travel you do, you know that your family should form part of your work in some way or the other.
Absolutely. So obviously, in my eyes, you are definitely a seasoned professional.
Thank you.
Okay, and I feel that your experience and everything that you have, accomplished can definitely motivate and encourage young women. Anything that you'd like to offer on our platform that probably aspires to be in a position like yours?
100%. I think sometimes, or not even sometimes, majority of the time, we underestimate our self-worth, and we should stop doing that. Like our voice, our values, our contributions are so important. It's valuable. And I think, so for example, myself, I felt early on in my career, you have to prove yourself constantly. And then you have the sense of confidence and self-belief, which is so crucial. And then you adopt this confidence, you adopt the self-confidence, and then you aspire to become what you weren't a few years ago. So if I could actually offer any advice, is that know that you are worth it. Your self-worth is so important, and never underestimate your worth. But in addition to that, never forget that your well-being is also important. Many times we are stressed about our careers, our jobs, our daily duties, and we forget about the well-being, our mental health, our physical health. So we gotta work-life balance. It took me a very, very long time to kind of work on that, and I think majority of us are still working on it, but work-life balance as well. Prioritize your work-life balance, as well as never underestimate your self-worth.
Absolutely, I agree with you. I'm not even going to add to that because you covered every single topic or every single angle on that topic. So we all know this, and this is why you ended up in the finals last year. You are a champion. You are a catalyst for this change and transformation, especially in our industry. Eileen, why?
I would like to say because I've lived it. I know what it's like to...
Have you been discriminated against?
So not as bad as how I see it playing out in 2020 Thrive instead of 2025. I like to call it 2020 Thrive. Not as much as how we see it these days. I mean, I've literally worked in multiple industries, and there were some discrimination to an extent. But in 2025 and of recent times, I see it playing out even more. And you
are at least the fourth person that said that.
Oh, is it?
In my interviews. In the last 3 weeks,
and I think that's
and it's shocking because obviously I'm but I'm not going to be the recipient of this discrimination because 100%. Of being a journalist. I'm always wearing my media shirt.
Yes.
So it's disappointing to hear this from you.
100%.
Please tell me more.
And I think,
please tell us more.
And I think that's where, when I say your self-worth and your confidence comes in, because once you start speaking up for yourself, once you start setting those boundaries, then you can stand up for what's right and what's wrong. And I always say you gotta have these boundaries, and that's why I'm passionate about empowering women, because I know what it's like to be discriminated, and I've lived it, I've walked through it. So I know exactly what it likes to be in those situations. And I mean, imagine this amazing world where women don't have to fight for a seat at the table. It's 2020 Thrive, and we're still having these conversations about how we can take up space, you know. I know we have a very long way to get there, very, very long. But I think, so I think we will get there. I'm very hopeful and I'm confident we will get there. Yeah. But it's our generations now that have to work on it. We have to start building that 100%. Yes. So our future generations don't have to have these conversations. They will be given seats at table. They don't have to ask for seats. They know that their self-worth is valuable, and they won't be recognized for their gender. They will be recognized for their talents
and their capability. And it's very unfortunate that on IWD, International Women's Day, that I found the stat of we will only recognize or receive this parity and this equality or equity in 2159.
That's shocking.
That is 5 generations. However, yes, when I read the stats and when I had to relay it, it hurt me.
Yeah.
And it is definitely something that sets me back, because this is what I do. I do women empowerment, and it's not sets me back, but discourages me a little bit. I'm only human. And then I very quickly snap back and I say to myself, but if I don't do this, 100%. That 2159 is going to move to 2559. Exactly. So I might as well just continue what I'm doing, keep the narrative open, and just, try and leave it better than I found it.
100%.
Because that's the only thing that we can do.
And I think your platform, for example, is an amazing platform where we can have these conversations to say that, this is the stats and this is what we need to do to kind of lower that. 5 generations is too much.
Yes.
Like, it should not be 5 generations. We need to get there the sooner rather than later.
Absolutely.
So I think majority of us are on the same page in the terms of our shared values and empowerment and breaking these stereotypes. I'm confident it won't be 5 generations.
Thank you. I've just bounced back. The resilience. I'm back. Because if 2 are better than 1.
100%.
If both of us feel that way, and the lady before you that came here, who was a legal, an attorney. That feels this way as well. Then we had a man that was here. Brad Capsule was here.
Yeah.
He's got thousands of women working for him.
Yeah.
We put our heads together and we work towards it. We can definitely decrease that time,
100%.
that generation. It's scary, actually. It's so scary.
It is so scary. But again, when we are complaining about it, I always say, if you're going to complain about it, what are you doing about it?
Exactly. Be the change you wish to see.
100%. So we are having these conversations because we want to encourage our fellow colleagues, our fellow peers. Yeah, it's not an ideal situation, but what are you doing to change the narrative?
Absolutely. So I have to ask you this next question. My gosh. I don't know what it feels like because I've never received an award in my life before. So, did I say reward? An award. An award. What did it feel like when you received your award on stage last year?
So I must say it was very empowering. But before I go on, I think well done to you and the team for creating this platform. And it's such an amazing initiative to be recognized by your peers, by your colleagues, and just the industry overall. When you are up on stage collecting the award, you're not just doing it for yourself. That award is just not for yourself. It's for your colleagues. It's for the industry. It's for those women that have not had the privileges that you had. So it's not an Eileen thing. It's for the industry. Yeah. It's for my fellow colleagues. It's for my fellow peers. It's such an incredible initiative, and I'm extremely honored to be part of this program. And I'm really looking forward to the next year. Well, this year actually, and to see how we can support as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. But when you are on stage, what was going through?
Firstly, I was like, don't fall.
You're not the first person that said that either.
So it's like, don't fall.
Okay, let's talk about this. So obviously, this is a podcast, right? Yes. So it's not an interview where we are formal. We are not formal at all. So let's talk a little bit about this. My son was the
Yes,
usher, the stage
yes.
usher. Did he do a good job?
No, he did an amazing job. So you had
so
the
what-
support,
right.
but on stage, and then
Yeah.
you had to walk down the stairs.
Okay,
And my
with all
dress-
those gifts.
With all those gifts.
Okay.
So, and my dress was a very long dress,
Yeah.
and I'm obviously my height is not the greatest, so it was a very long dress.
I
so it's
literally
like,
had to
okay.
make a stand on a step to take a photo with me. So.
That was amazing. I think back to your question again. How did
Yes.
it feel like to be on stage? It felt very empowering.
Did it?
It did. It felt so
Okay.
empowering to know that the work that you're doing behind the scenes, because
Yeah.
not everybody gets recognized for the work they're doing behind the scenes.
Mhm.
Most of the time, it's your unsung heroes. That's not recognized.
Yes, yes.
But when you're standing there, it's such a powerful moment, to
Wow.
say what can I do better? Or, how can I improve the industry?
Yeah.
So that was a very powerful, uplifting moment.
Really?
And like I say, it's just not for me.
So
it's
in
for
your
my
heart, do you feel like, okay, wow, like, you know what, this is huge. This is like an accreditation from Nedbank, actually.
100%.
Not Desh, but Nedbank. And that's a huge institution. I've got this not just on my CV, but I have the power now to actually take this and pay it forward. Did that thought ever cross your mind?
100%.
Wow.
And I think, and that's exactly it. When you're up on stage, the first thing that comes to mind is how do you pay it forward? You want somebody else to experience what you've experienced. So how do you get that person in your shoes, in your situation?
Absolutely.
So then you take all of that away from there,
Yes.
and you go back to the office and you're like, what can I do better?
I love that.
So
I absolutely
yeah, so
love
thank
that.
you for the opportunity. That was very
You're
empowering.
welcome. You're welcome. I mean, it's been 7 years. This is our 7th year anniversary.
Amazing.
Which means we
a
have
whole 7 years.
a whole 7 years, all with Nedbank. And I think, recognizing 100 each year is just not enough. There's 90,000 women in the trade.
Yeah.
And I always say I wish I could give every single one of them
Yes.
an award. Because, it is just, but it's great though that we have the opportunity to showcase women like yourself to the rest of the women servicing the industry, and to show them that this award is not just for Eileen. It's for every one of you. That
100%.
Yeah, it's not an Eileen award. Yes, she is blessed to have gotten that nomination, and she worked hard for it. But so many women in the industry that really, really deserve to and that are paying it forward. Please, ladies, we must stand together. We must champion each other. We must fix each other's crowns, and we must continue this narrative
100%.
of empowering each other. It's
And
so important.
supporting. You have to support one another. I think that's a crucial thing as well, that sometimes we get so engrossed in our individual situations or scenarios that we forget to support one another.
Yeah.
And I think that's if we want to decrease that 5 generations, we need to focus on that supporting each other, and like you said, fixing each other's crowns. That's, we gotta own it.
It just makes me sad that I'm going to see this happening from above. So
probably me
I
as well.
hope I'll hear my name one day from there. Like, yeah, do you know that Desh started something like this many generations ago
But
in
it's
the
a legacy.
21st century?
It's also a legacy that you'll leave behind, So we love that. We absolutely love that.
So, Eileen, ladies out there,
Yeah.
especially young ladies,
Yeah.
what would you like to say to them in terms of joining the industry?
I would say go for it. The automotive industry can be a very dynamic and challenging industry. But if you're passionate, just go for it and don't hold back. Be willing to learn, of course. Work hard, step outside your comfort zone, and most importantly, believe in yourself.
Yeah.
I always say you are your own brand. And how you portray yourself to the world is very important.
Yeah.
Your work values, your ethics, and how you present, or rather treat people, define your personal and your professionalism.
Yes.
So that's very important. Invest in yourself, stay true to your principles, and confidently showcase your strengths. These days, we have a lot of strengths, but we want to shelter them and hide them. Why? We have strengths with a reason. So let's be confident in showcasing these strengths and own your story. Just build your reputation with integrity and let your personal brand speak for yourself.
I love that. I absolutely, and that's what you've been doing. Well done.
Thank you.
So, but you do come across as very professional, too stern, and very scary sometimes. So I'm going to show everybody out there that Eileen is so human. We're going to play a game called 30 Seconds.
Oh, lovely.
Which has become my new... Okay, she has got a very high IQ, by the way. Okay, so I'm going to... Please don't make... I'm going first, okay?
Sure.
So you can make mine easy. Okay, our ex-president.
Jacob Zuma?
Yes. You see, I'm making it easy. So we went to Botswana, right?
Correct.
No, you don't pass this place to go to Botswana. But you do pass this place to go to Mozambique, to Ponta do Ora. It's another country.
Yes.
Country. You pass it to go to Ponta do Ora.
Lesotho?
Near Piet Retief.
I don't think I've been to Piet Retief.
Okay, if it's not sea, it's what?
Land.
Okay. So something land.
A country?
Yeah, it's South just like off-ramp South Africa. Piet Retief?
Yeah.
Okay, so you haven't been to Piet Retief?
I haven't been to Piet Retief.
Okay, so something
next
land?
One?
So
Swaziland.
Okay. Shucks, I don't even know what I could have, how else I could have done that one. Ooh, are we the same generation? We are, right?
I'm a millennial.
Okay. So that's bad, okay? But anyway, in our days, like back in the day, we used to watch Tony Braganza, his name was. Was it Tony Braganza, team? The guy, the very handsome dude that used to be in the sitcom.
The two of us?
So it's like around that time. Yeah, that was his name, Tony. So, okay, the sitcom's name is, the comedy's name is, okay, when you work for someone, it's your what?
Employer.
Okay, no, the other word?
Employee.
No. You're the employer.
Yes.
So you call him the
Boss.
what? Right.
Oh, hold on. Shit.
Tony is the guy that acts there.
The boss?
Who's the boss?
Who's the boss? I was close.
Did you know? It is Tony, right?
I think
I'm
so.
sure.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Never
could be
watched
wrong.
it, but very, very, very popular.
So I'm so bad with these. But anyway, 27th of April.
A Freedom Day.
Yes, my husband's born on that day. He lost his freedom on that day. So, I'm gonna stop his laughing at me. Okay. Ooh, it's like a very hard biscuit. We in South Africa call it biscuit, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe Indian
Rusk?
people. What is the brand name?
Omar. Is it Omar Rusk? That's hilarious.
Okay. So, what gives us brightness?
The sun.
Thank you. That's the newspaper, by the way. But I said, let me just make it easier for you. Ooh, okay. It's an author. Is it an author? Yeah, it's an author.
Yeah.
He is Romeo and Juliet is his play.
Shakespeare.
Yeah.
William Shakespeare.
Yeah. Okay.
Macbeth was my favorite play of all time from Shakespeare.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Lady Macbeth, and now I know now we're drifting, but Lady Macbeth, her character, such a strong character. So I love it.
I don't like any of Shakespeare's.
I
don't like
it.
it. Shakespeare. Yeah. Okay, now there's a song that everybody sings.
Oh, I'm not great with songs, but let's do this.
Wait, I think United when they go onto the field. Is it United?
We are the champions.
Yeah. That is a round of applause for Desh, Pillay, Bechan, because I don't watch soccer.
Neither do I. Neither do I. Well done.
You know we couldn't do that during COVID times. We couldn't do the high five. Okay, Hannah Montana.
Miley Cyrus.
Okay, there we go. And the rest are well done. My turn. And you better make it easy. Okay, wait, one more time because you travel a lot. The German airline.
Not Frankfurt.
When a bread is called a water bread.
Lufthansa.
Yes.
I get you. I think that's a pronunciation, but I'm not sure.
Lufthansa. It's Lufthansa. But anyway, we'll make it Lufthansa. Okay.
That's a cool one. Oh dear. Okay. So I must admit, when I play this, I usually play with my sister, my younger sister, and I'm usually very good. So.
Oh, nice. Thanks for that.
I'll do the best.
Okay.
Okay, let's do this. So a very famous fast food outlet that is known for its peri-peri. And expensive. There we go. This is a kiddie's book, and
it's a what book?
A kiddie's book. So you would have read it way back, and it's around a dog. And it's
Lassie was the movie, right?
No, not Elsie.
Dog? No, I said Lassie.
So the opposite of a man is
a woman.
But
lady.
Yeah. So that's the first word of the book. Lady.
Lady Gaga. I'm sure the entire audience, all our audience have it. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Lady and the Tramp.
Oh! My cameraman is like literally shaking his head at me, as you can see. Okay.
So then,
Lady and the Tramp.
What splits different countries when you say you're crossing the
boundaries? I mean the borders.
There we go. Fantastic. Ooh, dear. Back to the Future. He's the star in Back to the Future movies.
Did I not tell you I do Bollywood and not Hollywood? I forgot. Sorry. I have no idea.
Michael J. Sorry. He's not Back to the Future.
Okay. Describe the name. Describe the name to me then. It's the person's name, right?
Yes.
Okay, so describe the name. Say not Jack, it's Joel. That type of thing.
So it is a very vicious animal, a 3-letter animal, growing up in school.
Fox.
There we go.
Michael Fox.
There we go. Yes. There we go. There we go.
My language.
This is going to be one of your best ones, I think.
Okay.
Where the movie that has Oompa Loompas.
What?
Oompa Loompas.
Okay. All right.
But who is the owner of that factory? There's chocolate bars.
Charlie.
What is Charlie called? Who can I say this? What name?
She's very good. She is very
So do you know that drama Something and Grace?
Will and Grace.
Correct. But if you expand the name
William.
Shorter. Willy.
Oh God.
Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka. Oh my husband is gonna like literally, absolutely crucify me on this one.
So then, sorry, I wanna choose a really like one for me that I can explain.
Oh, you can say it. I want to choose something that's, like compatible to your mentality.
No, this is me explaining it. So that means I'm explaining it really bad. So our national cricket team.
Which is not the Super Kings. I went for the match
so
recently.
Our national.
The Proteas.
There we go. It's a very.
That would have been embarrassing if I didn't know that.
No, not at all. No judgment. So this is a dessert, a very lovable dessert, and it's a name.
Is it South African?
So it's a name of an ice cream. I can't say that because I'm not giving you the answer.
Okay.
And they have this little cute activation at Sandton City where you could create your own of it.
A dessert.
Yes. So it's an ice cream, but it's a name of an ice cream. There's also a series, Something PI.
So I know the PI thing.
I know you know.
Agent PI.
So this is, so what else can I...
Magnum.
There
Magnum
we go.
PI.
Okay, this is interesting. This is a last name. However, there's a hospital it's an Indian last name.
An Indian last name.
Correct. And there's a hospital named after, I think it's an Indian last name, sorry. There's a hospital named after this in Johannesburg.
Okay.
And what else can I say?
Indian last name.
It's a very famous hospital in Joburg.
Okay.
And
so like not Helen Joseph or Johannesburg General.
No.
All of those places.
No.
Baragwana, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
the
the one.
Baragwana.
Yes.
Where's the Indian in the Baragwana?
It just sounded. It just sounded.
Baragwana, okay, just a fun fact. It's the biggest hospital.
It is the biggest hospital,
isn't it? In Africa. In Africa, right? And it has the biggest burn unit in the world.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Yes, I promise you that's not an Indian hospital. Indian
The
name.
surname, so it's not Indian.
I don't know. We must actually
fact check. 100%.
Okay.
Next one.
Okay.
The very
I
famous.
think we have time for one more.
Oh, fantastic.
One more for you to make me look like a fool.
No, not at all. We're doing an amazing job here.
Okay.
The very famous elite awards that takes place overseas.
Grammy.
There we go. There we go.
Yay! And the only reason I remember that is because that stupid man made his wife dress naked.
Yes.
Dress naked.
There we go.
It's the same one, right?
Kanye West.
Kanye,
West,
yes.
I think, yeah. Because
I'm not into Grammys, I'm into iPhones, the Bollywood ones,
the
okay?
Bollywood. Do you want to do one more? This is a really
I can
cool
see
one.
you having fun. Let's go for it.
So this is a very famous ticketing system in South Africa.
Ticket Pro.
No, so I'm in front
you
of
can't
my
say tickets, so.
yeah. So this is my laptop.
You
but
said
another
the word,
word
my
for
love.
laptop.
Computer tickets.
There we go.
Yeah, because you said tickets, so.
Did
But I got it. So.
Did I say ticket?
We are gonna book a coffee date and play this together. We're gonna finish the entire 30 seconds. I can see you loving it.
I love it.
You
I
see
love
everybody as professional as she comes across, and you should see her on these launches. She is so down to earth. So please, ladies out there, do not be afraid to. I'm definitely gonna tag Eileen, send her an inbox message and ask her advice. She's always ready. Putting her on the platform already. That's why they accept these awards, to pay it forward. And she's more than ready to advise you on how to go forward, what to do in terms of following in her footsteps in the position of PR and management within the motoring trade. We are here to uplift and empower each other to see more women, not in 2159, but in 2026 next
There
year.
we go. Love it.
Thank you so much, my love, for joining us. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. This has been amazing. And like Desh said, let's connect, let's create our own community, and let's continue these discussions, not just here, but beyond our jobs, beyond our social little communities. Let's extend these conversations further than that.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Eileen, and thank you for always being there for us. We appreciate you.
Likewise. Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
And so we do really extend our gratitude to you, our viewers, for engaging with our content by watching, commenting, and sharing our interviews, our non-profit initiatives, which includes the Motoring Woman of the Year Awards, powered by MFC and Nedbank, and the Talk the Talk Studios, which is powered by Seriti Solutions. We focus on honoring and celebrating the woman in the South African motoring industry. So our mission definitely goes beyond storytelling, and we really do strive to make a positive impact on all the lives we try to touch. Together we are so dedicated to empowering and uplifting women within our industry and even beyond. We get a lot of inquiries from people outside the industry. So if you're also in the market for a new vehicle, that's where we try to empower you. We drive these vehicles so that we can inform you to make decisions based on what you really need when choosing a car. So you'll find a whole lot of cars on www.auto.evo.africa. And yeah, so in terms of our car listing portal, it is definitely designed for ease of use, and also features vehicle reviews as well as tips and advice for car maintenance provided by Talk the Talk Studios. Ladies, this was such a fun on-screen interaction. I say on-screen because we see each other a lot off-screen at launches and that type of thing. And I just want to, she's really one of the ladies that I feel are going to be such a huge champion and catalyst for change. I just know it, and I'm so glad that I get to surround myself with women that just empower. I'm going to feel emotional right now, and you might have to give me a tissue, but she is really the example of what I want to see. You know, selfless love and selfless giving and selfless uplifting and without expecting anything back. That's her. So ladies, there is always room for improvement and endless opportunities for growth. So while it's important to embrace who you are, never stop striving to evolve into the best version of yourself, just the way Eileen does. So growth has no expiration date. You are never too old to learn, adapt and rise to new challenges. And I always like to bring Sadhguru into it. And Eileen knows who Sadhguru is. He is a mystique, and he once wisely said, if you are content with who you are right now, you are not aware of who you could be if you are willing to strive. And I think that is so powerful.
How powerful is that?
Yeah, it's so powerful. So keep pushing, keep growing, and most importantly, keep believing in your own limitless potential. And with that, and as usual, I would like to remind you, and I always say this, don't let the question be, who's going to let me? It should be,
who's going to stop me?
Absolutely. Who's going to stop me?